Hey y'all, welcome back to Koya Speaks, your safe space for healing, your safe space for empowerment and upliftment. So let's dive into what I have for you guys today. Before I do that, please leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and share with a friend. Today we're going to be talking about your personal well-being, parenting, and family. We're going to be talking a little about finances, and we're going to talk about support and growth, and also self-development, which is key for every human being. But when you are parenting, it is very, 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 very important. So to get into it, we're going to talk about personal well-being. Three things that you need to do: take care of yourself, set realistic expectations, and stay positive. It gets hard sometimes as a parent, and I'm speaking from experience because I am a mother of two boys. Half of the time, my kids are with me alone. I am not with their fathers, so you know how that is. Like a single parent household is it is difficult, and I know a lot of young women are experiencing this because you're escaping from, abusive relationships, you're escaping from neglect or emotional abuse or whatever it may be. You are trying to, trying to give your kids something that you never had. You're out here trying to break all of these generational curses. You're out here trying to heal from these trauma that you have endured or have had to endure as a child, or even in the first stages of being an adult, or whatever it may be. It is very important for you to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you are going to end up being depleted. You are not going to be able to provide your children with the emotional, physical, or mental support that they need to maneuver throughout this life. And remember, we are their number one um, person. We're the first person they're going to think of going to as their mothers. It's important for us to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, no one's gonna do it for us, and that's just the truth. Yes, there may be a time where God decides that He's gonna send you the most loving partner ever, and until then, you have to take care of yourself. And even when you have a loving partner, you still need to learn to take care of yourself. You have to learn to say, okay, I need to set time apart for myself to ensure that I do my hair, I do my nails, I paint my toes, whatever it is. And you don't need to go out into a salon to get all of these things done. Because half of the time, I do my hair myself, I do my makeup myself, I do my nails myself, I do everything for myself. But I set time apart to say, hey, finances are tight, but this is my self care routine. And until I'm at a place where I can afford to go get this done, this service done by someone else, I am going to ensure that I do them for myself. So, tip one, learn to do your own hair. Learn to style your own hair. In the long run, you can use this as a income. Learn to style your hair. Tip number one. And set realistic expectations, right? None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. I've messed up so many times. I've fallen so many times. I've had to start over so many times, and that's okay. Um, we need to learn to be realistic. Yes, we want to provide a certain type of life for our children, but at the same time, you are doing it by yourself and you are only human. It's not all going to happen overnight. Some people, they get opportunities faster than some. Some of us, we wait years. We work so hard, and it's like we're not seeing, the fruits of our labor. But it's one step at a time. It will happen. It can happen. Just do not give up. Be realistic about whatever it is. You know, Sometimes you want to give your kids something, but talk to them. Let them know what's up. Don't be afraid to have conversations with them. No, you're not going to burden them and let them worry, but you're going to be like, I know I said I was going to do this, but it didn't work out. So give mommy a little bit more time. Have conversations with your kids. Let them know what's going on. Don't lie to them. Don't let them believe that it's gonna happen. If you don't see a way to make it happen, be honest with them. Your kids, they're gonna understand, but be honest. Don't lie to them. Help that, and that's gonna help teach them, to be realistic and to stay positive. We all need to learn to stay positive because there are times when I'm having meltdowns after the kids go to sleep, and I'm sure we've all experienced this. When the kids go to sleep, we have a moment of tears running down, streaming down our faces, and we're like, what is going to happen? You don't know what's going to happen. But the thing is, Jesus always makes a way. He will always provide for you. He will never leave you. He will never, ever, ever, ever let you down. But you have to learn to trust Him. Do not rely on yourself solely. Yes, the Bible says that God help those who help themselves. But at the same time, if you do not include God, it's going to seem like the world is crashing down on you because this life is more physical is more spiritual, sorry, than it is physical. It's more spiritual than it is physical. So we always need to ensure that we are praying, we are staying grounded, we are working on our spirituality, and we have a relationship with God because He is the only one that can get us out of certain things. No matter how hard you try, if God doesn't give you a hand up, you will be stuck there. So always remember to stay positive in any situation you find yourself in. It will work out. Sometimes we worry too much, but it will work out. I've had times where I worry about how the kids are going to go to school tomorrow, how the tuition is going to be paid, how the bill's going to be paid, but it always gets done. It always gets done. So we need to always remember to have faith because life will bring us challenges, and that sometimes it it puts you in a state that's not healthy for you nor your kids because they can feel when you are going through something. Always stay positive, speak positive, and know that it will all work out. No matter how hard it gets, it will all work out. And the next one that we're going to be talking about is parenting and family, right? So we want to create routines. And by that, I mean, okay, what do you guys do on the weekend? For me, when I was going to work, because I resigned from my job in May, when I was going to work, weekends would be the the days when I would ensure that I get their hair done, I get their hair washed and combed. I ensure the laundry is done on those 2 days that I'm home, and that everything is prepared for the upcoming week ahead. Sorry, I touched the thing and shake the phone. um, to get them prepared for the week ahead, to prepare myself for the week ahead. Also, that's when I say, okay, this is not the time that I'm gonna take for resting. This is the time I'm gonna take to go do the groceries. This is the time I'm gonna take to pay the bills. So you always want to create some form of structure. Like when you have a routine, that's you creating structure in your children's life. Because they say, okay, mommy gets this done today, here, here, here. So you always want to ensure that you create routines. So next, you want to set boundaries, but you do not want to be too harsh on your kids because remember they're little humans and their emotions, they're just learning about them. You have more experience, so you'll be able to better guide them. So it's not more so being like, oh, this is what I said and that is it. Listen to your kids, hear them out, and then you guys come to a mutual ground. This is going to help them to be able to communicate what they are feeling. This will help them to be bold and to, go after the things that they want because they understand how their feelings work and everything. They will not just sit down and take whatever is dished out to them. So, yeah, that's very important, right? You setting boundaries. This will help them to set boundaries in their life as well. When they grow up as adults, you don't have to worry about anyone walking over them because they will understand that, okay, mommy said this, and this is the reason why mommy said this, and I understand. But you don't just say, oh, this is it, and this is law, and that's final. No, you want to have a conversation about why it is that you came to this decision, right? Don't think that because I'm a parent, I don't need to I don't need to ever say anything to my kids. You always need to have conversations with them. It's very important. This is going to help them learn how to communicate, instead of choosing violence and shutting down and everything. This will definitely help. And also spend quality time with them. Like, I'm always with my kids. When I was working, it was very hard for me because when they come home from school, they wouldn't see me. I would get home in the night time. They see me for a few hours and then it's bedtime. And then in the mornings, it's just rush, 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 time to get to work. And what I would do, I would just, try to spend at least 5 minutes to say, hey, you want to play a little Roblox? I mean, I didn't do this as often as I would have liked, but I did it, when I was working. Now I'm at a place where it's more like I'm here. I'm helping them with the homework. I'm not rushing in the mornings to get homework done when I was going to work. So now I have more time for them. But for the parents who don't have this as an option and they have to go out to work, I would say on the weekends, if it's 1 hour, I would always take my kids to the supermarket with me. That's our time. We would go to the supermarket, I would buy them what they want to eat, and that's us spending time. So if it's something as simple as that you can do it. You take them grocery shopping with you. You go for a little walk or something. You go out to eat their favorite food. Even if it's only when you get paid, you can do this. Do it, because I'm telling you, they're gonna appreciate it because you are still spending time with them. It may not be a lot of time, but you're still able to spend time with them. And I used to, like, say for instance they do something, they participate in some competition at school or whatever, and however it goes, I still take them somewhere else. So if they wanted, this one time I remember I had to take them to this game in arcade. They was talking about it for so long, but then I made the time to take them there. So find little places in your area to say, okay, I'm gonna budget my time and my money to say we're gonna go here, we're gonna have some fun. Let your kids have fun. They don't always gotta be burdened down with, oh, mommy's never able to do this. It's the small things. So, you know, spend time with them however you can. Okay? Whatever works for you, but spend time with your kids. And for finances, um, finances get really sticky when you're on a 9 to 5. When you are on a 9 to 5 and you pay the bills, you send the kids to school, sometimes you can't even go back to work. I'm telling you, you can't even go back to work. And that's why it's important for you to have a skill, because that can be a backup income. You learn to do hair, you learn to do makeup, you learn to do something. Whatever it is, learn to do something else and try to generate income from it. Do not leave your 9 to 5 until that business is providing triple times what your 9 to 5 is providing for you. And then you're able to sit now and you will have more time for your kids and more time for yourself. And then that income is covering the bills, doing that, and you still have a lot left over after covering bills, sending kids to school, going back to work. You invest in something else, right? So you're always gonna always try not to spend unnecessarily on things that you don't need. And remember, when you have kids, it's hard to budget. When you're a single parent and you have kids, it's hard to budget. But you just gotta know that, okay, I'm gonna keep trying my 9 to 5. If you are in a situation where you live in a household where you have auntie, grandma, you know, sister, make use of it. Make use of it. If you can do overtime, you do overtime and you invest that money into something that is going to turn it around. If you have, if you live in a home that you're not the only adult and you have a trustworthy person that can get your kids when they leave from school, max out the 9 to 5, max out the overtime. I mean, do as much OT as you possibly can and invest that money and start a little business. But be wise about the choices and ensure that you do your research so you know what you are getting into, because you can create the life for yourself that you want. Um, Also, like I mentioned, you're not able to save all the time, because I was never able to save. The moment I start saving, the kids are getting sick. The moment I start saving, a bill is due. The moment I start saving, something is happening that requires me spending, and it is not ever on something that is not important. So I'd always have to be like, okay, I'm gonna keep, but never give up. Never give up. Always remember that, always remember that it's not about the no, it's about the long term, the long haul, right? So yeah. And then now support and growth. Like I was saying, if you live in a household and you have your mom, your aunt, your uncle, whatever, so long as you have a good relationship with them, you want to ensure that you you utilize them. Okay, go out and work, because when your kids come home, they're getting dinner. When your kids come home, you're gonna help them with the homework. When your kids come home, they are gonna be there to keep them safe once they are trusted, because these times you can never be too certain, but once you know your relatives got your back, accept any help they can provide. Accept any help they can provide. Because if I had my mother here in this country, I'm telling you, I would never had to resign from my job. I would still be working, but not that I regret it, because my kids are my number one priority. Your kids are your number one priority. So as long as your kids are gonna be okay, then do it. Go out there, work, and create the life for them that they deserve. Soon you'll be able to leave the 9 to 5 and you'll be your own boss. And then you'll have more time for your kids. So if you're going to have to take a year to say, okay, grandma is going to have to, fill in for me, do it. Auntie's going to have to fill in for me, do it. You are blessed if you have that while you are a single parent. Utilize it. Don't, if you have to buy food, if you have to feed your auntie, don't worry about it. It's the least you can do. They're taking care of your kids and they're making sure that they're safe. It's better that you have that help than to be at home and not being able to work. So always appreciate that. And do not be afraid to ask for help. I would be that person. Like, I'm not asking for help. Instead, I'll be like afraid, like, oh no, I'm not going to call my sister. I'm not going to call my brother because I don't want to bother them. Ask for help. Ask for help. You're going to sit there. You're going to worry yourself. You're going to burden yourself. Ask for the help. No, you're not going to sit there and just be like, yeah, I can call my sister anytime. No, ask for help. When it's important, ask for help. Don't sit there and worry about what anyone is going to say, what anyone is going to think. Ask for the help. Ask for the help. Don't be afraid. Don't let pride get in your way. Foolish people are prideful. And I'm speaking from experience, because I am a little prideful sometimes. And I'm telling you not to do what I do. Ask for help. Um, Also, self development, the last thing we're going to talk about here, we're going to talk about self development. It is very important as a parent, there man or woman, but as a single parent, as a human, it's very important that you learn. You strive to learn. You always want to learn. You want to evolve. You want to grow. You don't want to just stuck. You don't want to just be stuck in the same place. I mean, even if life isn't booming and taking off, knowledge can never be too much. So you always want to keep learning. I know how to do makeup and I've never gone to school for it. I know how to do hair. I've never gone to school for it. But every style comes out. I'd always watch the video. I'll always try on myself. I pretty much can do any hairstyle in a book. You just name it. And I can get it done for you. And I never went to school for it. But I always wanted to learn. I always wanted to improve. I always wanted to do better. And I may not do it every day, but it's something that I've used multiple times in the past as a means of income. When a 9 to 5 wasn't there, it was here. I can say here has bought me food, has bought my kids food. Yeah, learn to learn a skill. Learn skills because I have multiple skills. Some of them I'm not going to list, but I have multiple skills. And when the time is right or when the opportunity provides itself, when the opportunity provides itself, I'm going to be able to use my skills. I just know. So be ready. Learn as much as you can. Learn, learn to carry yourself in a manner, you know, way better than you did last year. Every year you want to evolve. You want to change something. You're not changing who you are, but you just want to change the way how you do something. You want to always improve on that. And also you want to teach independence to your kids. So for me, even though I do almost every chore for my kids, I still teach them that they need to learn to do things for themselves. You need to bathe yourself because I'm not gonna bathe you at 10. You're gonna need to bathe yourself. You're gonna need to brush your teeth. These are the important things I'm teaching them. Learn to do these things for yourself, learn to take care of yourself. Once they're able to take care of themselves, they'll be able to take care of anything else. I strongly believe that if they're able to take care of themselves, they'll be able to take care of anything else. But sometimes it's very hard to take care of yourself. We know this. And if they're able to do that, they'll be very independent. So my baby, he knows how to brush his teeth. He knows if I like this morning, for instance, I told him that he needs to bathe himself, and he's 5. And I said, okay, you're gonna bathe yourself. So I soaped the rug for him. He said, but you're gonna have to wash my back. I said, no problem. I soaped his back. And then he proceeded to say, um, he got this. So he did everything else. He called me, said, Mom, can you come help me? I went in there. He knows that he's supposed to turn his penis back and wash it. So he said he needed help because, he needed me to hold the rag and he needed to do whatever he did. It's just like small things. You are teaching them the basic things that they need to know. And yeah, they'll be able to do anything else. So teach them, let them know. When they eat, they take the dishes back to the kitchen. When they spill anything, they mop it up. Those small things. But I don't say, okay, you need to mop my entire house. No. Mm-mm. Also, children, and it's not going to be the first you're hearing this, but kids learn from what they see, not what they hear. And repetitiveness is very important. So the more you keep showing them, the more they're going to do. And we need to practice that. Um, Never give up. Never be defeated never show defeat in front of your children. It's okay to be vulnerable and to say, oh yes, I didn't get to do this. However, this is what I learned from it, and this is how I'm gonna move on. Always show that to your kids. They are gonna appreciate it. They are gonna learn that no matter what life throws their way, they are gonna stand and they're gonna fight and they're gonna keep going. And that's you creating great men and great women. For me, I'm creating great men because I have 2 sons right now. So, yes, I hope this little chit chat here, finds its way to any person that needs to hear this. And just know that you're okay. You are doing great. You might not be where you envision yourself, but you will get there. Hard work, determination, and resilience, and you will get there. And trusting in Jesus Christ, number one, trusting in Jesus Christ, He'll move mountains for you. He will move mountains for you, and you will most definitely get there. So, thank you for chilling with your girl, Koya Speaks. I'll see you next time. Bye.